Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing my ride or die tag video, and thank you for tagging me in this video, Jessica. This was actually really fun and it was a little easier than I thought it would be. So I have the list in front of me and we are going to start with primers. So some of these were super easy and then others I'm torn. So I'm just gonna show you guys both. The first one is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skinny Equalizer in the mattifying formula. It's amazing. It definitely helps control oil better than anything else, and it sets pretty fast, but it's still very workable. And the other one is a Newer Love, and this is Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I couldn't leave this guy out. I love it so much. It definitely extends along the wear of your makeup. It's really easy to use and it works. Can't get any better than that, right? The next one is foundation. This one was pretty easy for me. Becca Ultimate Coverage trumped every single foundation I own. It is amazing. Full coverage, long wearing, natural finish. It's a matte, but it's a nice natural matte. The next one is concealer, and I was torn. My jam up until a few months ago was the MAC Pro Longwear, but that has been trumped by the NARS Creamy Concealer in Ginger and the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-hour concealer. I love them both. I really couldn't pick. I love them for different reasons. This is full coverage, and I don't need to wear a primer with it, which is amazing. And then this one is full coverage, hydrating, but I need to wear a corrector of some sort underneath it because of the tone. Like you guys can see, this is definitely more yellow than this one. This one has a peachier finish, which is what eliminates the corrector. The next one is face powder, and then the one underneath that is under eye setting powder. There's only one powder that goes on this mug now, and that's the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This is the only powder that I could use under my eyes. Before, I would never set my concealer. I would always just kind of dust whatever powder I was using, which was the Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC. But now this is the only powder I put on my face. It legit will extend the wear of your makeup. It keeps your face matte. That if you're drier under your eyes, or if you have lines or texture, it doesn't matter. You can still wear it, which is what really just blew me out of the water. The next one is blush. Guys, I was so torn. I have to really, honestly, I have to feature all three. There's three. I couldn't leave them out. So I'm just gonna tell you guys what they are. The first one is Worldly Wealth by MAC, and this is limited edition. You guys have seen this before. I've worn it. It gives you the most beautiful bronzy glowy cheeks. I couldn't leave this one out. I'm sorry, it's limited edition, but honestly it's one of my favorite blushes. And then the other two are also MAC ones, and let me tell you how much I love these. So the first one is Dainty. This is the most natural pretty pinky flush, and again you guys can see it's flat. This is one of those like bubble rounded blushes. It's flat. That's how much I love it. This other blush, it's Warm Soul. I just had to feature this. Let me tell you about this one. Again, you guys can see it's flat. This one I've had to stop myself from using it because MAC reformulated it. You can say whatever you want, it's not the same blush. I saw that it kept coming and coming and coming, and I'm like, this is not the same blush. This is not the same blush. So this is the original Warm Soul, and as you guys can see, it's just a beautiful bronzy neutral rose. It is perfection, but I refuse to let myself go through it because every time I walk into a MAC, I look and I'm like, no. Bronzer. For bronzer, I have to. Makeup Forever in 20M. Favorite bronzer, hands down. These bronzers are beautiful. They blend out like a dream. Their consistency is like a creamy gel-like formula, but it sets to a powder. Beautiful, amazing, by far my favorite bronzers ever. The next one is highlighter. I have a lot of highlighters and I love them all, but there's one that started my addiction and there's one that stole my heart, and that's MAC's Whisper of Guilt. Yes, this is limited edition. I'm sorry, as you guys can see, I hit pan on it. It is the most beautiful, intense gold highlighter ever. Okay, mascara is tough because lately I have actually found a few different mascaras that I really love. The one I'm going to mention, I'm sorry, I know you guys can't get it anymore, YSL Vinyl Couture Mascara. This stuff is amazing. It gives me length, it gives me volume, it holds a curl, and if you have snuffleupagus lashes like me, you know that holding a curl is just about impossible. If I had to pick another one, it would be the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. Absolutely love it. So those would be my top two right now. All right, guys, lipstick. This one was a tough one too, and there's 4 that I just had to feature, and they're all MAC. You guys have to remember, I'm a MAC girl. I am a MAC girl. That's my background. That's where I came from. And while I love a lot of the new brands I've, you know, talked about recently, I'm a MAC girl. And I have a lot of MAC products, and that's really where I've rooted my makeup and my skills. So I'm just gonna put them out there. The one, nah, they're all good. I love them all. Okay, I have Peach Blossom. It's gone. This was one of my favorite lipsticks. I would literally go through these a lot. Let me see if I can get a little bit of this out. It is the prettiest pinky peach lipstick, and it's amazing. It is my favorite. These are all my favorites. Angel lipstick. I would go through this one pretty fast too. It's just, again, another really pretty pink, but you guys can see the difference. I loved Peach Blossom in the summer, and Angel I would wear really, honestly, I would wear these year round, but I almost felt like Peach Blossom is my jam in the summertime when you have a nice tan. It just looks perfect. And then I have 2 of the Viva Glam lipsticks. I have a lot of the Viva Glam lipsticks actually, but these 2 are my favorite, and they're the 2 that I had to replace all the time because I would literally go through them. The first one I want to talk about is the one I have on, and this one is actually pretty new. This one is what I have on. I really love it. It's a beautiful, like, deep raspberry berry color. I don't know, but it's one of my favorite lipsticks. And the other one I'm gonna mention is Viva Glam 2. This is my favorite nude, and I would go through this so fast. That's what it looks like. It is perfection. I love to wear it year round, and you know, having to look for my ride or dies or really think about going, you know, like what my ride or dies were, looking through my lipstick collection, these were the ones that really stood out. Like, these are the 4 that I literally had to replenish all the time. So these guys are my ride or dies. Sorry, I know there's 4. I couldn't pick. The next category is liquid lipsticks, and I'm going to tell you guys that not including Smashbox is really difficult for me, but they are new lipsticks, and I felt like that wouldn't be fair. So the 2 that I'm going to mention are Kat Von D. These were the first liquid lipsticks that I ever purchased, and the first one is Lolita. That's what it looks like. I love Lolita. It's my go-to whenever I just kind of want to throw a liquid lipstick on and I don't want to have to think about it. It's always going to be Lolita. And along with that is Bow and Arrow. That's Bow and Arrow. That's another one that requires very little effort. These 2 are my favorite liquid lipsticks. They're the ones that, you know, I gravitate to. and the ones that really always stand out in the back of my head. That doesn't mean that I don't have other great liquid lipsticks. There were so many of them that I wanted to feature, but those are the originals, and those are the two that I'm like, oh, let me just throw Bow and Arrow on. Oh, let me just throw Lolita on. Require no thought whatsoever. Okay, lip gloss was hard because, like I said, I'm a MAC girl. But there's one formula that I think trumps MAC, and that's Marc Jacobs. This is old packaging. I have some of the newer ones, but this is where it started. And this was a gift from my friend P. The color is Sweet Escape, and it is by far my favorite. There's almost like nothing left in here, and I still hold on to it because it's so good. It's my favorite formula by far. The next category is lashes, and while I don't wear lashes often, there are 3 style of lashes that I always have. The first one is Miss Adoro in DW. That's what these guys look like. They're just really beautiful wispy lashes. They're a full strip. The other ones are the Ardell Demi Wispies, and these are just really quick and easy and natural looking. And then the last pair of lashes I actually wore to my wedding, and I love them. They're velour lashes in Naughty Me, and let me show you guys what they look like. That's what they look like. They're just enough length, fullness, and they look very natural. They're lightweight, and I really love them. The next category was really hard for me because I have discovered so many new eyeshadow palettes that are very near and dear to my heart, but there's 2 palettes that I always gravitate to, and the first one is by Becca, and it's the Ombre Rouge palette, and it seems like it would be pretty basic, but because it is so basic, I can do anything with it. The other one would be my Melt Dark Matter stack. I had to mention it. You guys know I had to mention it. Melt Cosmetics makes amazing eyeshadows. They're smooth, they're buttery, they're blendable. They are life. So definitely, if you're looking for a beautiful, warm palette, these 2 guys are hands down my favorite. All right, the next one is my Ride or Die setting spray. This is, I think, the only setting spray I use, and it's the Urban Decay All Nighter, and this is in the extra large bottle. We love extra large. This stuff is amazing. It does make your makeup wear longer. It sets it, it keeps it in place. It is amazing. All right, guys, the last category is perfume. There's 2 perfumes that I wear year-round that I cannot be without. And the first one is my Philosophy Grateful perfume. You guys know that I've gone through this already. You guys have seen this a billion times. It is one of my favorite perfumes. It just smells so clean, florally, but clean. And it is awesome year-round. It makes me happy. It makes me feel awake. I love it. The other perfume that I use year-round and that I love and that I smell and makes me go, it smells so good. White Nirvana, Elizabeth and James. I love this fragrance. They're both the perfumes that I'm telling you guys about are very clean smelling, very simple, fresh. That was my Ride or Die video, guys. Thank you guys so much, and I hope that you enjoyed this. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're just stopping by, stick around. We have some good stuff coming up.